I mean, that's a really good one pass shave. Woo! Now, only having two blades, it's going to, clog up a little bit sooner. New Leaf 2 razor. Now, this razor has a pivoting head, right? It only has two blades, an exfoliating bar down here, and it still does pivot. I mean, I do like the pivot part of it. This one's a lot stronger than their original design. It's a lot stronger. So we're going to go over this video today and see how good this razor is, or even if we like it. And I'm going to try it on my face. Probably not going to like it. Leaf Thorn for a backup. Always liked that razor. I think with the original Leaf razor, it was a great combination because getting around your ears, detailing certain parts of your body, the Leaf Thorn's a better way to go in my opinion, because this thing's just a flat, let's go. But great for chest, great for back, it's a great razor. I love it. Still love it today. The new one, I'm not sold on it yet, but we're gonna give it a go here. So I have two gym blades on it. I did a head shave 3 days ago. Well, let me turn some of this on. Okay. I did a head shave, just changed some lighting. I did a head shave with it 3 days ago, and it did a really good job. But was it as good as the Leaf 3 razor, we'll call it now? No, it was not, because it only has two blades. They went to like a Gillette design. It's a 2-access blade here. The two planes that it cuts on. I got a brand new gym blade here. To open this, boom. You know what I mean? It opens it up. Now it's going to drop. You're going to have to pull the second swinging, I don't know what you want to call it, door. It holds the first blade. You're going to have to swing that back up. Put that down in some water. So, love cracking blades now. Yeah, it's got to crack twice. Pretty simple. These are the gems. These tabs, if you don't cut them with scissors, the tabs will have a curl to them. I've always put the tabs down, curling downwards, just so I can be consistent and make sure it's not the blade. So there are magnets on this. Let me line it up. I don't have my glasses on here. Yeah, you just wiggle it in place. The magnets have grabbed it. And then you just force that down. Now you're on the second razor blade. There's two pins on the side. Just make sure you have those two pins lined up. Even on their Leaf Thorn or the Leaf Twig, a lot of people don't get those aligned correctly, and they think it's the razor when they start cutting themselves. And it's not. It's because you're not loading in the blade properly. That's why I always load the blades with the tabs down so everything is consistent. All right, so then you just swing that door back up. It's going to click, and you're ready to go. Okay. Yeah, there's some aggression there, buddy. A lot of blade feel. I'll go down with it. I kind of feel kind of confident to do that. I'm having to put quite a bit of pressure on my face. It is doing one fantastic job, though. Let me just show you here with a Leaf Twig or a Leaf Thorn here. Just let me show you. Didn't that look a much easier? It's just effortless. But I'll finish up with this one. Well, maybe it's because I don't use it all the time. This is the first time for a face shave. Detailing. Yeah, it's going to be like the old one. You're going to need both, you know, this one and a leaf thorn or a leaf twig to do some detailing, but a lot of blade feel. I think it might be the exfoliating bar that makes it blade feel so much. I mean, that's a really good one pass shave. Woo! It is a good one pass shave. It's smaller than the original one, so it's easier to hold in your hands. This one's really thin. I haven't even put the rubber around the handle. It's good. I like it. I like it right where it's at. All right, now for detailing. Let's see how it does here. I can't get it all the way up there. I mean, it got it. Let me add some more on my lower lip here. It's great, kind of crazy here. Yeah, I just don't feel like I have control of it right now. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but it's going to be messy. I'm used to having a nice, clean cut goatee or mustache or whatever I might have. So, like with the twig, that's no problem. I mean, see how I can just get perfect lines? Here's where it, yeah, you know, I mean, I want it nice and clean in there. Now that's perfect. All right, let's give this a rinse. I might stop there just to see. Well, you know what? Let me go one pass against the grain on my neck just to see if it'll actually do the job. Now, I'm probably going to get razor burn and, you know, all that. But I'll let you know, down the road if I got razor burn or not. Well, you know what? I'll just go up top, too, with it. Wouldn't be the first time I've got some ingrown hairs off a razor I was testing. I mean, almost all the time. I got a lot of, still, if you looked in there, there was a lot of air left in here. I want to make sure I get that out because I want that to dry properly. My neck feels a little agitated. Just slightly. All right. I'm going to cheat and just pull some of that shaving soap out of there. Just give this as much cushion as I can. But I can say my neck feels like, it feels like there might be some stinging going on when I use the alum block. But let me just shave how I normally would with the safety razor. And any razor for that matter now. Even when I shave with a Gillette, like Lab, when I'm testing it against something else, I still do a 2-pass shave because I know the benefits of it. You do get a closer shave. So if you haven't, switched yet, think about that. Try going another pass like this. I've mapped my face just to see how much closer you can get it. But if you're getting irritation, then, no, you can't do it. All right, now, very little pressure here. That was hard. That was a good pass. That was a good pass. That was a good pass. Good pass. Now, with a safety razor, I might have gone over that a couple times. I can still feel some. All right. I got it. We're going to see where it's at. Now, I'm going to flip. What I can say, Ariana and Evans had no problem rinsing the soap rinsing out. I know a lot of guys still struggle with that. Then, you come to find out they're using, their old foam. Just like, well, that's your problem, brother. All right, so I'm going to rinse this with cold water. I'm going to switch to an alum block. The alum block for me is a tell-all. Absolutely a tell-all. I mean, in the winter, it's so hard for me to get good shaves just because it's so freaking cold outside. Wet that alum block. No stinging. Nope. Nope. Slight tingle. Slight there. Lower. Little bit uncomfortable. But gosh. I mean, come on, America. Oh, wait, I do feel some around here now. Right up top. Yeah, a little bit up top too. But, whew. Interesting. I'll be interested to see if I actually get an ingrown hair because a little more tingle than I'm used to, but not what I thought. I mean, if I'd have done that with a Gillette Lab Razor, oh, America, I don't even want to think about that. All right, so dabbing that off. All right. I'm going to go in with Thayer's. If you're watching all these videos here on YouTube and you haven't at least bought this stuff yet, come on, America. It's sold around the world. It's that good. And if you're married, you might be surprised. Your wife might even have it in her beauty kit. Wouldn't be uncommon. When I start talking about Thayer's, I've had just out in conversation, people know that I'm a YouTuber now, or, that I shave a lot on camera, and they always, that Thayer's comes up a lot because people watch this channel. And, this stuff right here, bro, it's a no-brainer. It goes on super slick, so whatever you put on top of that, it just melts right into your face. I'm going to go in with Cella. I think this is one of the most underrated products. I do like Nivea as well. I'm almost out, but in the wintertime, Nivea is not enough for me. It's so dry outside that I need something that's going to moisturize a lot. Like I even use any moisturizer, like hand moisturizer. I put that stuff on my head all the time. When you're just sitting watching TV and like if your head itches, it's dry. Put some moisturizer on your head and you'll quit picking at it. At least I've learned that over the years. Okay, so that was a pretty good shave. These right here are pimples. It has nothing to do with this shave. That is a pretty damn good shave. Now my face still is on fire a little bit. I should say my neck. It's just a little hot, a little more than what I actually want. But using the Ohio Shave post-shave routine, forget about it. You use an alum block, some Thayer's, and a decent, or good in my opinion, aftershave, winning combination. It's going to make your life a lot easier. I don't know the price point of this razor, but I can say this. I can't shave with Well, here's one. I can't shave with this Gillette lab razor against the grain without, severely breaking out. We'll know if, oh, look at that. Got a cut though. See, that thing it's aggressive. So, first time in a long time I've been able to shave my neck. But like I said, it's heavy too, man. It's heavier than the old one. They definitely bulked it up. If you look at the back of the design here, this one's thicker. It's thicker down the spine as well, or the handle or barrel. But yeah, it's a bulkier razor and it works. I can say this. I cannot shave my face with this, but I can with the new one. Is it a winner? Time will tell. On my head, I just get more out of the 3-blade than I do the 2-blade. If you're just wanting one razor, which, yeah, it will work. I just think too many people had input in this that only wanted to break one double-edged razor blade. And for guys like me, I'm older. I'm not trying to hide my male pattern baldness at all. I'm bald. So I'll let my hair grow out. Now, if you're shaving every day or every 2 or 3 days, I can see why, you would only put 2 razor blades in this one, okay? But for me, I love it because I can knock down. I shaved, I think, over a week's worth of growth off with this razor. This one was struggling too, but it just more blades. Yeah, I do like it. Well, time will tell. And I'll check back in with you and let you know if I got any razor burn on my neck, like over the weekend, or, yeah, I should know by Sunday. But yeah, it did nick me there. But man, it's pretty good. Don't forget to check out the bloopers at the end of this video. So I don't spend a whole ton of time on the top. I spend more time on the back of my head just because that's where it's thick, and here on the sides. I mean, that hair's thicker than my beard, because it's hair. Now up top here, that's just peach fuzz, like a baby. It's like a baby. Come on, America. So I already have done a face or a head shave with this, and I have to say, I cut my head. I was really working that razor, and I sliced it right here on the side because I was pressing too hard. Pressure is key, huh? So the old razor wasn't like that. So that's something I'm going to have to get used to. I hope they didn't ruin their flagship. So anyhow, to load these blades, there's a clip back here. You just push down on this button. You have the top blade, which you load on the top, and then you have the 2 swinging doors. One, and then this one doesn't move. So there's only one swinging door on this. The design is a lot sleeker. You can see the exfoliating bars down here. They obviously did some R&D on that and figured, hey, they need it. But to close it back up, it just snaps in place, and then it pivots. So again, back here, you just tap this. There's a button. It's captive, or it's tactile. It's pretty nice. I do like that. But the pressure of it's, more. So let's run her. Now, it's not like the old one where, you're trying to you can hear the razor working. This one's not like that. And let me show you what I mean. With the regular leaf, the 3-bladed one, which I absolutely love for head shaving. You know what I mean? You hear that? That's what I go for. I love this razor for head shaving. This is the best razor out there for head shaving. They are on sale. I don't know how long they're trying to get rid of their inventory. For me, I wish they wouldn't take this off the market because it's the best head and body shaver I've found. It's just so simple to use. Anybody can use it. So back to the new piece here. Now, only having 2 blades, it's going to, clog up a little bit sooner, but it still shaves. Getting around the ears, it's still going to have a problem. I have that problem with anything Gillette. That's why I always recommend the Leaf Twig or the Thorn with this razor, because it makes sense, because you are going to have to do some detailing. Even if you're a woman, when you get around your vajayjay, you're going to want to detail in a little bit of work there. I mean, you just not want to go full bore on it. So it's not as aggressive. I think they took a lot of feedback from people that were only using 2 blades. In my opinion, that's just people being lazy because they didn't want to crack open, the 3rd blade. I would have left it with 3, man. Or not get rid of the original design, man. It's just so good. I always like seeing that with companies, the original. You just know it's been around forever. Now there is a contour here. So you got one surface up top, and then you have another surface here. So it's a two-axis razor, whereas this one, it was just a one plane. See how it just goes straight across this way? Which, yeah, that made it real easy for me to do my head. I think this is good for, so you can see how it's missing a bunch down here. And I got a gem blade in here, 2 of them. So it's aggressive. Let me show you on this side what I mean by 3 blades. Same amount of growth. You can't make this shit up. I like hearing that head work, because I know I'm putting the exact amount of pressure down, and I really can't put more pressure than I need. That's key for, learning how to use a razor. Just going back here, now obviously it has 3 blades. You know what I mean? It's going to be more aggressive, but for head shavers like me, I like that. I like that function. It just, you know what I mean? It just works, bro. Okay. So you can hear that. I'm going to flip back to the new one and just get the rest of this. I'm not really, taking my time and dialing this in, because I'm trying to be, I don't know, like a first time user. So let me just clean some of this up. Just multiple times having to go over it. Now, I did have over a week's worth of growth. So, it's any razor's probably going to suffer. Unless you're using a safety razor, you can easily remove all this growth quickly. All right, still getting some hair in there. Oh yeah, I can still feel it. The nice thing about that Ariana and Evans soap, it's so slick. I don't have any shaving soap on the back of my head, but I can still go over it. Now you can hear this one working a little bit because I'm pushing down harder. I can say that. Definitely pushing down harder. Just can't seem to get that little spot. That's what's aggravating. But I couldn't get it with the 3 blade either. Not going to really worry about around my ears at the moment. I'll focus more on that on my second pass. Just trying to get the bulk of this down. All right, let's rinse this off and let's, see if we can't knock this down with the next pass I make here. But it cleans out. But it cleans out well. I'll say that. The design, hey, I heard from Adam that they've been working on this for 4 years or 3 years or 2 years. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't care how long it's in R&D, but does it work? So I think what they're trying to do is just make a flagship razor where, people can actually use this razor to shave their face, shave their head, shave their body. It's just one. Now, is it going to be, better. Well, only time will tell, and that's subjective. I just, not having the original to buy is just weird to me. Most people keep that, keep their number one selling razor. They just don't get rid of it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if that was a manufacturing thing. That manufacturer tried to up them because, Leaf is really popular now. So I could see, if they're reaching out to, what do you call it? Having someone else make it for them, or, them raising the price on them. So maybe that's why. Don't know. Have no clue. Don't even really care. All right, I'm just going to go right to the back. I can feel that those 3 blades down here, I can feel it on my head. That's to obviously help lift up the hairs to get them easier to cut. Gillette's been doing that for a long time. So they've obviously done their R&D on it, and it works. There's a lot of hair. I'm going to be surprised if I get it right there. That's pretty uniform besides me doing some buffing. All right, on the sides here, I'm going to be careful. This is where I cut myself, but it was on the other side. Okay. My technique with these are not good yet. I just don't know where to hold it. Okay. It's still taking down quite a bit of growth. That was a really good pass. This is where I can't really work it like I could the other one. Like, you're going to want to put pressure on it. Ooh, shit. You're going to want to put pressure on it. Don't. I hope I didn't nick myself there. We'll find out here in a minute. Whew, America. So, yeah. All right. Let's just do some buffing back here. Oops, get my neckline. All right, now we'll work up into the back of my head. And I just feel it. You know what I mean? Make sure I can't feel any stubble. If I do, I just keep going over that spot till I get it. All right, got it pretty good. All right, let's go around the ears now. Let's see how good this razor is at picking up these little stragglers. Okay, not bad. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna struggle on this side. There's always like that 1 or 2 hairs. Yeah, I think you're still gonna need, a leaf, twig, or thorn, which I generally, I was going to say I always have one sitting on my countertop somewhere. That's why this combination is key. Now you just run this one, get all those little hairs, that's why I love this thing. You're not going to cut yourself. There's no tab sticking out the side. It just works, man. I'm going to trim this in. I'm just going to take a little bit here, put on here a little bit. So if you have a beard, this might be something you're doing. So I'm going to go with the green up to my Adam's apple. Just follow that all the way over, bro. Okay, that line's cut. Same thing there. Ooh, that was really light. All right, up top here. All right. Yep. Over here. Take that to the earlobe. Okay, now what I'll do with my clippers is I'll clip the top of that to kind of get it to blend in. But you can see you can shove this thing in your nose if you have to. Yeah, that's nice. Crazy good. All right, let's give all that a rinse. Definitely, if you're a head shaver, pick one of these up. A lot of guys I know, a lot of my friends, I should say, a lot of my friends, you know, that have beards, they grow them in the winter and then they, you know, put a goatee, might even, you know, or just mow down that what do you call it? Beard in the spring or summertime. So I know a lot of them use the twig as well. You know, especially my friends that have beards all the way around, you know, all year around. It's just like, man, that's got to get hot. All right. So that's that. Let's go around and, yeah, that's a pretty good run, man. So leaf shave razor. Yeah, that was a good run. Let me switch this to cold. I can still feel the slickness up there. I'll rinse that off one more time. All right, put that on low. Take my cloth here, dab my face. I do the same thing on my head as I do with my face. I don't going in with an alum block here. I've been testing out this one from GSB. This one is a compressed alum block. So it's not as smooth as like the Parasso or the, what do you call it? Parker. Because I feel rigid lines on it, and I've never felt that on any of the other ones. But I'm glad I picked it up. I heard a couple of my guys saying it's rough and they're breaking out, and I'm thinking, what? So what they did is they went out and bought this cheap GBS alum block that, yeah, it's an all-natural product, but what they did is they just, you know, compressed it. So the ones from Parker and Parasso, you're not going to have that problem. So don't buy cheap thinking, you know, you can cheap out on this stuff. And it actually was the same price. I looked at it when I bought it, but you got 3 for $9. Now, how can you get 3 alum stones for $9? Yeah, it's rough. I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. Just my observations here. Yeah, and you know, it's just not as smooth. Like I can show you, I have the Parker here. The Parker is twice the size, but I broke this one. But look at the Parker. See how it's a stone? And that one's compressed? Big difference. All right. So you're going to want to rinse that stuff off your head. That right there is good enough for me. Now I'm just going to go in with some Thayers. Mine's actually running out. I've been using this stuff pretty much every day. So it used to last me about a year. Now they're lasting me, I don't know, about 8-9 months, just because I'm using so much of it. And especially here in the winter, I mean, it's dry up here in Ohio. All right, so what goes on next? I've been running this Cella for a while. Their products are very underrated, especially if you're new and you're just looking for something good that's inexpensive. This is it. Don't try any of the other crap that, you know, they're pushing you on Amazon, because most of it's crap. All right, well, that's it. Well, the new Leaf Shave Razor, I'm going to need some more time with it. It did go through all that growth, which is really cool. I got 2 shaves on this, so I'm just going to, unload it here. And, that was the top plate. Then you flip this up. Got a bunch of, take that out. Oops. Now, again, it still does have the pins in here on the side. So when you put those blades in there, grab this nasty one, you want it to set, here, let me show you from the top. You want it to set right on top of those pins. So there's pins here on the sides where that blade sits on. And I'll put a diagram up there for you, but yeah, that's how you load them. Now, if you miss that, you're going to misalign them and you're going to cut yourself, brother. I mean, it's happened to me before, especially in these. If you don't have them hitting those 2 pins, you're going to cut your face, your head, whatever. You're just going to cut it. So, yeah, great new design. Let's see what people think about it. Just because they added this new, I don't know, exfoliating bar. The handle, it does have more grip on it. This case here, which is really big, and this is all it came with. Not really an unboxing, but, it fit right in there. Gives you instructions on how to, which way is that? Yeah. Gives you instructions on how to use it, so you can pause that. Or you can scan this code right here. Then inside the box here, underneath, you get, looks like a blade bank. Yep, you get a blade bank. You get a rubber housing to go around it. The stand, really cool. Actually, I'm going to put that out here. Put that in the stand, see what that looks like. How does that go in there? Oh, it goes in there just like that. Kind of a weird way. Oh, I see. It's bigger. So if you put the rubber on it, it'll fit in your... Yeah, that's what that is. That rubber's not going on. Now, here, let's just throw that all over. But I do like that. So the base plate, really big. It says Leaf on the bottom. And then, it just fits right here on the top. So if you have the rubber on it, it's not going to play at all. So I'm actually going to give this away. So to enter this contest, enter hashtag Ohio Shaves Leaf. And you'll be entered to win. Well, good luck to everyone on winning this. This is a nice setup here. And I will put this, in a sanitizer solution that bubbles up before I ship this to you. So good luck to everyone. If you've got this razor, well, no one's got it. It just came out. So do I recommend it? I think I'd give it an OS approval. I might try it on my face. Let's see tomorrow. I think I'm going to do my face shave for this video. And I'm going to be using the twig. So I might, take one pass on my face just to see how it is. See, like, yeah, it's not cutting my face. Did I remove the blades? Yeah. There's no blades. Come on, America. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely putting that in the bloopers. Oh, that's going to be a good one. It's not cutting my face. What's going on here? All right, so. But just doing this. Oh, shit. Just dropped it. America. Come on. All right. So if you thought this video was good, check out this one right here because it's exactly what you're looking for. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Sunday at 11 a.m. Have a great week. Come on, America.